Hi, YouTube. So, I typically don't do reviews for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. However, I am a faithful watcher every week, honey. This is why I have my Real Housewives attitude on right now. But anywho, I figured I'd come do like a little mini review because this week's episode was like so intense and so many surprises, and I have so many opinions. Okay, so anyway, like the meat of the episode, I have no idea what episode number this is. I have to find it. I will put it in the description and the title. But anywho, this week, the number one thing that everybody is talking about would be Kenya and Kim Fields. Now, typically throughout this season, I really wasn't here for Kim Fields because I thought like, oh, she is kind of boring. Like, she is kind of like a snooze fest, and not boring in a bad way. It's just that you can tell that she's not used to being around like this shady bunch of women, so she's really not like fitting in. And sometimes that can come off as judgmental because she just lives her life differently than theirs. And she looks at things differently, and like raising children and her perspectives are just different. However, I do not necessarily think she's judgmental. I just think that she is mature. But what she doesn't understand, that Real Housewives of Atlanta is meant to be cattiness and sometimes ratchet and entertaining. And without the drama, nobody would be watching the show. And I think she's catching on to that now. However, I'm sure the producers put her in this situation with Kenya because Kenya knows how to provoke people, how to push buttons. If everybody watched the episode tonight with her and Kim Fields, you understand exactly why Portia hit her. I'm not condoning violence, but you understand that Kenya, keeps tapping you, and she wants to get a rise out of you. However, Kim Fields, she was like mature enough to be able to just hold it in and just walk away. So they're going back and forth, and Kenya, like, you know that like somebody doesn't even know what they're saying, and they're just like making up something, or they don't even have like a real reason to be mad at you when their comebacks don't make sense. Like she said, what did she say? She said, "Okay, Tootie Fields." Kenya, like, that wasn't like good shade. And then she said, "Who'd you learn that from, Mrs. Garrett?" That wasn't good shade either. Actually, just like Kim said, like, you're only adding to her resume. Yeah, like, you know me because I have been relevant since back then. Then she said IMDb me. And if you look on IMDb, she has a ton of credits, a ton of things she's producing, acting, everything. Like, her resume is there laid out. But once again, Kim did not have to prove herself to Kenya. For one, because she's the client. And for two, Kim, everybody knows she's credible. Kenya, she has been like the extra on like many shows. An extra, not a main cast member. Or there's like certain maybe like low budget movies that didn't go to theater or whatever the case, that she may have had like a leading role in. So whatever the case, I really did not agree with the fact that Kenya got out of her chair and she pulled Kim Fields' chair back. Now, I don't know how many of those other castmates she would have been able to do that to without them turning around and completely snapping on her. I give kudos to Kim Fields like 1,000%. And when she got back to her room to vent to her husband, she was going off. She did not care about the cameras because at that point she was like fired up and she just really needed to release it. And I commend her. Kudos to you. The other main part of the episode would be Nene coming to Jamaica, surprising everybody. And most people, they were like shocked. It's not like they weren't here for it. They were like, okay, this is good. Like, I guess they both kept this a big secret. Of course, Kenya had a problem with it because this like puts her friendship in jeopardy. At this point, Kenya is realizing like, man, I'm the side chick, and I thought I was close to becoming the main chick, but now the main chick that came back in the picture, they want to try to work it out. So she's really not happy about that. So we shall see where this goes. But yeah, not Kenya, Cynthia didn't really even claim Kenya as her bestie, although they have been saying that all season. However, in Cynthia's defense, maybe she was trying to make something work with Kenya that she just really couldn't force. And honestly, she missed her best friend Nene, but she was trying to just put somebody in her place. So when the real deal comes around, it's like, hey, I might have been treating the side chick like she's the main chick, but she's really not the main chick. And I'm really happy to have the main chick back. But, that's basically like what it was. So, we'll see where this goes. Kenya is hurt, but, this... She knew that she was a temporary fill-in, but we'll see. I hope that this goes good with Cynthia and Nene, because like Cynthia seems like so happy to have Nene back in her life. Side note, what Sheree brought Bob with her, and I'm like, was this for ratings? Was this for a new storyline? Or y'all really, you really trying to be like in his like eyesight, with his one eye. You really like him. I don't know. But they seem like great friends, and this could possibly blossom into something again. But, you never know. Portia and Phaedra was cracking me up this episode. All Phaedra's lines are just like epic. Okay? I love Miss Parks. Anywho, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'm not guaranteed to do one of these every week, but I really enjoyed this episode. So please like, comment, and subscribe. Like, comment, and subscribe. Have a good one. Visit mrsblogaholic.com. Bye.